Welcome everybody to the video series that will highlight the art of the builder, Takt planning, which is lean construction scheduling with the Takt production system and Last Planner. This book was written by me with LeanTakt, which is an elevated company, which means it is under the umbrella of Elevate Construction. So let's go ahead and start by showing you a brief example from our current Takt template version 4.0. As you can see, this schedule is highly visual. It's very colorful. On the top, you will see there is a timeline. And on the left, at least on the left of the phases, you see zones, which is location. So the format is time by location on the left. You can see the beginning of the schedule as it runs through different phases all the way down to the end of the schedule over to substantial completion. These are beautiful schedules. They get everything on one page so that you can get the team on the same page and so that everybody can see as a group, know as a group, and act as a group. So let's go ahead and make the distinction between this type of scheduling and other types of scheduling. First, time, like I said, is on the top and location is on the left. This is a superior form of scheduling for a number of reasons, but the format really gives it its effectiveness. If you were mapping out or scheduling a manufacturing scenario or a number of different scenarios, like let's say for instance design in construction, you would still have time on the top and you may change location, but you'll either see the value adding unit or the value receiving unit shown on the left. But what you'll always see in these types of schedules is the flow unit shown in the diagonal, the intersection of time and space. So in construction, the flow unit is the train of trades. So when you see trades flowing, then that means the project is flowing. So it is a very beautiful schedule that shows trade flow, which is our flow unit in construction. This is an example picture of a phase, and the arrows here indicate workflow through the zone, trade flow in the diagonal. So if you see this 7 orange Takt wagon, this means that this Takt wagon, which includes work packages or trades, can flow from area to area to area and be effective in everything that they do. And then also you can see logistical flow. And so this format, first and foremost, enables us to see all three types of flow in construction in addition to the flow unit in the diagonal. The reason that the format is so effective is because it forces work to start on a rhythm. And so that means that work starts on a rhythm. It also means that work finishes on a rhythm and that everything is balanced to that rhythm, which means that we have consistency with labor, materials, and information, which means that if we have labor, materials, and information inside a Takt wagon, and we put those to work and we apply it to a zone on a construction site, we get to make that play again and again and again, and we are consistent with that. As we're consistent, we're able to improve. So this is the genius of Takt planning, the ability to constantly get better. In the book, How Big Things Get Done, there's a chapter that talks about find your Lego, which is your small piece that is built over and over. And Takt planning does that for us through consistency. So as we begin, I want to talk about programs and projects. So there are quite a few projects throughout the world, which actually aren't projects, they're programs, which means that you have a large program that is composed of multiple projects. So this campus example right here has project A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is a program. The reason that I mention this is because if you have that college campus program, then you will summarize all those projects together with what's called a program master schedule. And so these projects, projects A through G, will be your project master Takt plans. This is where you'll start. This is the point that we're attempting to make, is that when you want to start your Takt planning journey, do it at the project level. And then when you see the functional areas being run by assistant superintendents or assistant project managers, those will be phased Takt plans that are run underneath the project itself. And so the program master schedule will look a lot like this, or exactly like this, where you have time on the top, and you'll see that there are multiple projects. So project 1, 2, and 3. The reason that we need this schedule is to see how these projects tie together. So for instance, if we need the central utility plant before we can begin the interiors, on project 3, we have this interdependence tie here, which shows that relationship and allows the project executives, the project directors, the general superintendents, the executive team to see exactly the interdependence between the projects, and so that we can manage the start date and the end date of the overall program itself. And so each one of these bars, site work, foundation, structure, interiors, exterior, commissioning, final site work, they're just summaries of the actual phases of the project TAC plan. And so this is a picture of the TAC plans that will be the tools that govern the actual projects themselves. So as you can see, again, we have our notice to proceed, we have our substantial completion, and there is the site work, foundation, structure, interiors, exterior, and so forth. If we go back, you'll see that these same phases are summarized, but this gives detail. This is a schedule that can become the master schedule for the project, which is what the project superintendent, project manager will use to plan the project and govern the project and report to the owner. When you take a phase, for instance, like this interior phase, and then you take it down to the functional area where the assistant superintendents and assistant PMs run the work with the foreman, you will then see what's called a norm level schedule that's optimized, usually in a different TAC time, where the production level scheduling is derived from, which means the 6-week make-ready look-aheads, the weekly work plans, and the day plans. And so the summary of this video is that we really want to make sure that we are planning on a project level to start. So I hope this has colored a little bit of the content that you will find in the Takt book that you have hopefully already purchased, or that you are going to purchase, and that you understand a little bit better why it's important to understand the difference between a program and projects. On we go.